Hello everybody and welcome. I'm Son of Mowgef. It's Wednesday and I am playing Species again. Because that's what I do on a Wednesday, apparently. Oh, yeah, I've been doing this thing where I've been preparing for, like, a thing that I've called the Ark Project, where I'm going to put a bunch of sort of like pseudo real world animals on a small island together and just remove a bunch of variables and see how they interact with each other. And I've been having a few issues with that. Mainly because the carnivores in this game are rubbish. I do have a lot of suggestions from, commenters and whatnot to add more carnivores and do stuff with them. They're rubbish. They've been really bad, and it is a very, very early access game. If you look at the version number down here, look, 0.1. And 0.13. It's very, very early access. So I'm not going to blame the game for that because it's still fun. However, there was an update. I think just 2 days ago, in fact, that was very carnivore focused. It turns them from being passive carnivores that just eat dead animals, more scavengers than anything else, to actually having mechanics where they actively hunt other animals and they fight them. And I've not done anything with that so far. I've been too busy preparing for this Ark project. So what I thought I'd do today is maybe like if it goes well, I'll just be like, yay, the Ark project is underway. If it doesn't go well, I'll be like, yeah, that was a practice. That was a practice Ark. So that's how this episode is going to go. I'm going to start a new world. I'm going to pull some of the creatures that have already been created into it. And I'm just going to see how it goes, because I don't know how it's going to go. So, yeah, let me go ahead and create a world. So you can customize... no, wait. You can... Oh, there's a... Idiot. Dumb. If I do this slot, we've got all the creatures here that I've been experimenting with over the last few, weeks or so, last month more than. The only problem I've noticed with this is that this is locked off for some reason. Number of creatures 250, shared between 11 species. I would like to put this up to like 1100. There's like 100 each. But for some reason, it's capped at 250 maximum. So let me go ahead and edit a map, and I'll bring you guys back and show you what the idea is. And if you've got ideas for improvements or changes or whatever, put those down in the comments section. I'll be right back. Okay, so I made a world, and I've got some creatures in it, and you can see from my complete inability to manipulate a camera effectively that it's a relatively small island. I don't know why I zoomed it in like that. That was entirely my fault. It's completely surrounded by water. It's somewhat flat. There's like a big flat plain here. There's some hilly regions here and a larger one there. I accidentally kept the nursery in. I forgot to turn it off. That was entirely my fault. But the weather, the seasonal system, is largely not going to have an effect. And as I say, I want to reduce as many variables as possible and have the only interactions be between the creatures on the island with a few, extras. There seems to be some fighting going on. I think these red circles are fights. It seems like some pigs are fighting a penguin there. It looks like the pigs are fighting the penguins in general at the moment. So this is what the clade diagram... Every time. The clade diagram looks like this. One thing for every species. What else have I made in the way of changes? I'm going to up the fertility so there's plenty of food. The temperature is going to be reasonably stable. It will vary slightly. I think I've set it really low. So it'll go up and down, but only by very small amounts. I guess I'll put the water fertility up as well. Yeah, so I'm just gonna... That scared me. That autosave scared the pants off of me. Alright, so I'm now pantsless, apparently. I don't know why I chose to phrase it like that, but alright. There's another fight going on here. What's this? This is... This is a giraffe fighting something. So yeah, the predators will stalk and fight the other animals rather than just sitting in one place until there's scrap meat on the floor and dying if it never happens. So this should be interesting. I'm going to put it on normal speed for a while. There's another fight breaking out here, look. I'm not sure what happened there. Something attacked this giraffe and then died. You can see there's... Despite all the advantages, there is a steep decline in population going on. Not sure why that is, but it is early days. The creatures are... Animals are finding their foothold. This is one of the reasons why I wanted to set this at like 100 per animal, so it would be at 1,100 to begin with. It's actually really high. It doesn't leave a lot of room for population growth. But I also thought, you know, having, what, 20 or 30 or whatever amount that works out, I do math good, it's a bit... Doesn't give each species a good start, but... More fighting going on here. I keep noticing these red circles. That's a goat. Apparently, is that goat gonna go fight that giraffe? There's one of the other mechanics that was added in this build. This is an experimental build. It's in the beta branch and it's not considered stable. I haven't had much in the way of crashes yet, but I haven't done much yet. So let's see how that goes. That's the goats again, isn't it? These goats are mean, apparently. They enjoy attacking things. But yeah, the animals, not only will the carnivores hunt for food, the animals that don't hunt for food will fight the ones that are competing for their food. So if it's trying to eat something and some other animal comes along and eats it first, they'll get angry and fight. I love these penguins. They're so weird looking. I made them, so they're going to be weird looking, but... Okay, the population is still, overall, on the decline. I've got it slow, so we've not hit a breeding season yet. So, if I'm correct, really the only thing affecting this population growth here, or this population drop, I should say, is the animals' ability to survive and how they react or interact with each other. Were these two fighting each other? Huh. Yeah, the red circles on the map. Sorry, I keep getting distracted by the stuff. There's stuff happening and I get distracted by it. The red circles indicate when there's a fight going on. So, I may have to do like an arena battle type thing, where I have like a super small island that's just like a little spit of land, and I'll put like a carnivore up against you see these fight up against like a really tough herbivore and see what happens. So the giraffe is actually fighting the ants at the moment. It's like stamping on ants, although that ant is specifically massive. Specifically, that wasn't the word. Particularly massive for an ant. It's almost as big as the giraffe, although that's a terrified baby giraffe and a starving ant. And like, you can see, like, they're all fighting each other over this piece of food that's here. I find that amusing for some reason. There's something going on here. Oh no, it's just a pig asleep with its head in a pile of meat. What happened there? The pig had a baby and then died. I think that's what happened. That's childbirth for you. It's bloody dangerous. Ooh, we've got some speciation going on. That's interesting. I mean, I've had it on the lowest speed as well, so that's actually pretty fast. Don't have an extinction yet. Although the bears apparently aren't doing too well for themselves, and neither of the giraffes. Apparently there's one giraffe left. The ostriches have mutated. Oh, wait. That's a mutant version of the regular giraffes. The mutant giraffes are not doing well. The regular giraffes are maintaining, I guess. Wait, what happened to that frog? Did you see that? Does he have an eyeball in the middle of its face for some reason? I think that might be like a graphic glitch. Because it looks identical to the frog, and it hasn't speciated. Although its legs have changed. Alright, I'm just gonna pretend that isn't worrying me. The goats. Wait. Why does the mutant goat look like a wolf? That's the wolf species there. There's 15 of them. The goats are there. You can see the... Oh, God damn it, son of Mowgef. You can see the path they've taken here, look. There's only 4 of them. But apparently, this is a mutant goat? It's exactly the same as the wolves. Only if you look, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to point to this, this is a carnivore, because wolves are carnivores. And this is a herbivore. I wonder if that's another, like, glitch because it's experimental. Like, does it actually look like that, or does it look like a goat? It's there. It looks like a goat. So it was just a bug with the clade diagram. It's just thinks it looks like that when it doesn't. That's all right then. That was confusing. That's, as I say, this is an experimental build, and it's gonna have issues. And this whole game is in early access, so it's definitely gonna have issues. I'm tempted to put things on a faster time frame. Yeah, I'm just going to do it and see what happens. I'm interested that this number doesn't seem to be climbing that much. We haven't had a full extinction of one of our original species yet. And we're only getting a small amount of speciation. I honestly don't know how this is going to go. The snakes are over here causing trouble with giraffes by the look of it. Oh, wait. But we're down to 10 species, which means something's gone extinct. Wait. Oh, that's something I hadn't considered. So the pigs went extinct, and the goats went extinct. But the species is at 11 because the giraffes and the ostriches have got multiple, like, offshoots. They've got speciations or mutations or whatever going on in their gene pool. So we've lost piggies, despite the fact I thought the bears were going to be the first ones to go. So we've got the speed up. I don't want to, like, just click maximum speed and cut away and come back, because things are actually happening quite quickly at the moment. Relatively speaking, we've had something else go extinct. The ants have gone extinct. Oh, I like ants. Although, look what the changes, like, that it went through, it lost its eyes. That seems to be a common theme with this game. Whenever you give a species eyes, one of the first thing it does when it produces, like, when it reproduces, I should say, is it just dumps the eyes. It does make the organism simpler and therefore more gives it more survivability. But look at the legs, look. It developed feet and legs, but it never speciated. Apparently, losing eyes and changing the shape of your legs and gaining feet on one of those said legs doesn't count as a different species. I'm not a biologist. I'm not qualified to say what does, like, count as a new species and which is a continuation of the, current species. I really don't. And to be fair, they're biologists often disagree as well on that same thing. I remember this story I heard, it was ages ago, about two biologists that actually ended up punching each other out at a scientific convention. That was they were on like a panel and they were talking about new discoveries and new advancements in like biology and neurology and DNA mapping and things like that. It was a nerd convention, and I read. I didn't watch it or go to it, but I read like the minutes of it. Like there was a script, not a script. That's a breakdown of what was discussed and what wasn't. Let's say this particular panel became famous because the two biologists punched each other out in front of a crowd full of, their peers over whether a newly discovered adaptation in a previously known species counted as a speciation event or not. They were like, is this like an aquatic reptile or is this a reptilian fish? That's not what it was, but you understand that they were arguing essentially over semantics, and they ended up literally being in a fist fight over it. And for some reason, I never forget reading that. It was a long, long time ago, probably about 12 or 15 years ago now, but just amuses me. Like sometimes, like professionals in the field can't decide whether on something is the same species or a different species. I don't know why I find it so interesting. I just do. Hey, look at it's a bunch of froggies. I haven't seen much of you guys. I guess you've just been hanging out by the ocean, huh? Let's have a look. See how you guys are doing. No. Oh, I did that thing that I always do. Could you stay still so I can click you? Thank you. There's 23 of them, which actually isn't that bad. Creature. Oh no, I wanted the species and the averages. Have a look. They're ultra smooth skins. They're herbivores. They started. I made the frogs specifically omnivores because frogs do mostly eat like insects and mollusks and like things like that. Like they eat a lot of slugs and snails and flies and things like that. But they do occasionally eat other stuff. So these have become fully herbivores in the short amount of time that I've been playing, which is kind of interesting. Their walk stamina is very high. Not sure why that is. Their walk speed is decent. Oh, apparently they're dangerous. I mean, there are a lot of toxic frogs in the world. Not that surprising. They're gluttonous, aggressive, promiscuous. Of course they are. Why wouldn't they be? Huh. Our froggies are doing well for themselves. Well done, froggies. I don't see anything in the oceans. Nothing has gone for a swim. I was tempted to make like a shark and fill the waters around the island with the sharks, but I figured that's not really in line with the whole Ark situation, is it? I don't know. I very severely doubt there's like a biblical scholar watching, but how did the Ark handle sharks and stuff? I vaguely remember a passage about how the creatures on the ark, the Noah only had to take creatures on the ark if they breathed through their nostrils. And so sharks are gill breathing, which I mean, I guess that means, according to the biblical account of how, history went, that all the sharks became extinct. Really sure if that's accurate or not, but someone correct me if you think I'm wrong. I'm fine with that. Look at all this stuff going on. We're down to 8 species. The snakes have become amphibious. I don't know. I don't think that's technically right. Although I know snakes can actually swim really very well, depending on their species. I used to own snakes, by the way. I used to have a breeding pair of brown rat snakes. And yeah, they swim really well. We've got a mutant pig. I thought they were extinct, but alright, sure. The ostriches have taken a minor downturn, a major downturn, haven't they? They would look at all this. Look. On their family tree, it's all gone to hell because there's only 2 of them left now. What's going on over here? Again, I'm assuming this is a graphical issue with, the coding, because apparently the ants have become giraffes, according to this. Oh, frogs, what have you done? I mean, they can still see. Oh, was that thing that I called a graphic issue, or like a bug? Were they new eyes growing? Because there was one in the middle, and normally they're paired like this, but that's somewhat terrifying, isn't it? Oh, penguins. Again, they've become herbivores. They were omnivores. Because penguins mainly eat fish, which makes them carnivores, but I put them as omnivores to increase their survivability. As I said right at the beginning of the video, carnivores were a bit rubbish up until this new update, which is almost entirely focused on carnivores. The snakes have not changed whatsoever, have they? Oh, wait, have they? They lost their eyes. That was kind of expected. Yeah, the snakes have not changed hardly at all. Oh, what is going on here? I'm too zoomed in. Yeah, see, like this. That's 2 eyes on top of each other, is it not? Interesting. More froggies. Which species is currently doing the best in terms of population? It's the horses. Oh no, it's not. It's the frogs. I thought that said 17, and then when it changed, I realised it was 70. I need to zoom out. This is awful. There's 1 bear left. Aww. Yeah, so the frogs are doing really well for themselves. The horses, I haven't really seen anything much of the horses. Apparently they've just come over to this corner of the island and... Corner? Corner. This is a corner in the eyes of Son of Mowgef. They've come over to this side of the island. They're just kind of chilling. They're staying out of everybody's way. What is that one doing? It's trying to get to... This is why I didn't want the nursery here, by the way, on this island, because they get stuck on the walls. Like this horse here is trying to get to some food, I assume, here, and it has to walk all the way round. And I mean, look at it. It's got stuck on the walls. Population is going up, which is good to see. We still haven't got... We started with 250 creatures in total. And it went down steadily from the beginning. It's never gone up to that amount. It makes me wonder if there's too much competition. Like currently all the different creatures on the ark, that's what I'm calling this, keeping each other's population down. They're competing with each other. Where once a few species die out and one finds a like a niche it can jump into, not literally, figuratively speaking, that allows it to gain an advantage, it'll just populate the entire island. Maybe that's a complete guess. What is that? That's a snake. It looked like it was chasing that whatever that was. I think that was a goat. Wait, does that... I'm just going to pause it quick. Does that snake have little... It looks like it has hands. I'll go have to go and look now, aren't I? Not according to this, it doesn't. But again, this is like an aggregate. When you click these, this is like an average of all the members in the species. So they don't actually look like this. They just look a little bit like this. They look somewhat like this. Look how long that giraffe's neck has got. I gave them ridiculously long necks because giraffes has ridiculously long necks. I also changed them so the body wasn't sloped forwards and the neck was thicker. And as soon as I left them on their own, you know, to fend for themselves, they just changed, adapted straight back to this format with the sloped body and the neck. So I just gave up trying to fix them. Going on with this penguin? He's just waiting here to die, apparently. Poor bloody thing. Oh. What is happening here? It has no health. Is that snake attacking it? I don't know what's happening here. I really don't. This penguin has no health, no stamina, and no stamina, no... Yeah, it's got no health. It has zero... It's as hungry as something can be. It has no stamina, and yet it's not died? That's got to be another bug. Again, experimental version. Is this one going to do it? He's got no stamina to walk with. No food to increase his stamina. That one actually died. This one did not. Alright, zombie penguins. That would be somewhat terrifying. I kind of like penguins. They're funny and cute and interesting as an animal, but a zombie penguin would be bloody terrifying. Have you seen penguins compared to humans in real life? They're massive. They are so much bigger than you realise they are. It's that TV problem. Like, most people have only seen penguins and the like on TV. And you don't really get a good sense of size like that. When you see them close up, you're like, oh my god, this is a completely new experience. But yeah, zombie penguins. Which are those ones that are known for being really big? Is it emperor penguins? I forget. Again, I'm not a biologist, I don't know for sure, but I think it's the emperor penguins that are really, really big. Like, almost person-sized. They're small person-sized. Having a zombie one of those come after you would just be absolutely horrifying. I'm not particularly scared of zombies. I think they're more funny than they are scary, but I don't know. Be quite awful. Comments in the comment section. What would be the worst zombie creature for you? Yeah, it does have little hands. I feel like zombie snakes wouldn't be that bad. I'm not sure you would notice a zombie snake from a regular snake. Ooh, hello, population. Zombie elephants? Zombie eagles would be pretty rough, wouldn't it? Alfred Hitchcock's The Birds. It'd just be that. Or Birdemic. Anyone seen Birdemic? Great film. I absolutely love that film. It's right on par with The Room in levels of quality. I actually love the room as well, by the way. Learn a little bit of Son of Mowgef's preferences. Yep. Let's have a look then. What have we got going on here that's good? Snakes are doing alright. Frogs are still not having a trouble surviving. There's 150 of those. It's only 250-ish creatures on the whole bloody arc. The frogs have taken over. 25 or so horses. This is interesting. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is I'll save it there. I just called this island update test, but this is not a bad start, really. I still consider this like a practice run for the arc rather than the actual arc that, you know, I've wanted to do. And again, I hate keep on like delaying this stuff after like building on it and building on it and building on it for so long, but at the same time, the game did a major update which changed its mechanics that would, you know, alter how the arc was going to work. I did contemplate doing an arc with no carnivores, having said several times that the carnivores in this game aren't very good. Apparently, the dev for this game listens to the people that play the game. That's an amazing thing on its own. I'm so used to devs being like, nah, it's fine when there's a problem with games. Not this one. This one actually listens and pays attention and makes changes compared to what people want and what it makes sense. So, two very enthusiastic thumbs up to the devs. I'm going to leave that this week as this week's episode was the word I was looking for. Episode of Arc. Not sure what I'm going to call it yet. Arc dry run, Arc practice, update testing. I don't know what I'm going to call it. But like and subscribe if you haven't done that already. I don't know what you would like, what you would subscribe off of the strength of this video, but I've got loads of species videos. And if that's content that you like, there'll be a playlist coming up in when I've finished waffling. I do intend to do a video tomorrow with AVG Champ. We've got some details to iron out, so stay tuned. I normally take Thursdays off. Sometimes I live stream, sometimes I don't. It depends how I'm feeling on Thursdays. We've organised with, I keep calling him AVG Champ, it's Average Champ. I don't, bad brain stuff going on, so keep an eye on the channel for that. Coming tomorrow. Other than that, I'll see you Friday for more Astroneer. I've got some more weirdness in that game because I have no idea what I'm doing. I don't know what anything does, and it's kind of funny to me to try and work it all out, you know, off the top of my head. So, thanks everyone for joining me. Hope you're well. Hope you're staying safe and being sensible in these weird times that we live in. Yeah, I'll see you soon. Again, suggestions and comments and all that stuff in the comments section in case I didn't already say that, which I think I already did.